I want to talk about this whole changing face of the work industry that we're all in, because the world of work is changing rapidly from, well, we know gig workers, right? We've got the gig workers, the gig economy, to the use of robots. No surprise then that the International Labour Organization, that's known of course as the ILO, has launched a new project, Future of Work Initiative, to help companies keep pace with the changes. So we're very lucky. Let's go straight over and speak to Guy Ryder, who is the Director-General at the ILO. Hey, Guy, great to see you. Can we just talk? Yeah, let's just... Well, I mentioned a couple of things, robots, automation, gig economy, but paint the picture for us. Just how fast is our work environment changing?
Yeah, I think we're all conscious that it's moving very, very quickly. We talk a great deal about this unfurling fourth industrial revolution, and we think particularly about technology transforming the way we are working. And this is very much at the centre of debate. I think we have to think it's not just about the number of jobs we're going to have in the future. We talk a lot about robots replacing human beings, but it's also going to be the way we work in the future, because what I think distinguishes this industrial revolution from previous ones is it has the capacity to fundamentally change the way we work, not just how many jobs are out there.
We've got a couple of robot stories on today. Everybody loves doing the robot stories, it seems like. But I mean, seriously, how much of a threat are robots and automation to our industry today, our working?
Look, I mean, it's interesting that, we talk about technology as a threat. People are worried, I think, they're going to be out of work because, machinery will do the jobs we used to do. But it depends where you're looking at it from. I mean, if you go to a country like Japan, robots are seen as the saviour of the future of work because they've got a falling workforce. And I think we have to look at this in a positive way. How are we going to use technology to produce the world of work, the future of work that we want? And the notion that this is just technology will decide has to give way to the idea that this is a policy debate. People like you and I have got to say, well, what do we want for the future of work and how are we going to apply technology to bring that about?
Indeed. And just briefly and lastly, though, I mean, is there a risk, and I think in some places we certainly see it, a risk of that the workforce could become increasingly polarised between the highly skilled and the low-skilled jobs?
Very much, and it's not new. This has been happening for a long time. The market is rewarding a number of skills very highly, and those with less skills, much less than used to be the case. Growing inequality, but allied to that is a diversification of work forms. You've mentioned the gig economy, what we used to call the standard employment form, employer, employee, permanent contract. That's beginning to be eroded, and I think we have to think about the consequences of that for the future of work. Indeed. People talk about, we'll work in the future, but we won't have a job in the future. And that we need to think about very carefully. Indeed,
and think very hard about it. Hey, Guy, always a pleasure. Good to see you. Guy Ryder, the big boss, the Director-General of the ILO, joining us live.